family started about 35 years ago. My brother and I grew up in buildings just like this, following around the Ridler restored 1963 Chevy Impala that was also painted black. Life kind of got in the way, and Dad got out of showing cars. But one thing he always said when I was a little boy is, I'd sure like to build a car to compete with the Ridler winners, the Ridler Grade 8 cars. 25 years later, we started. One thing that anyone in this room that has a significant other, a wife, or a mother, everybody knows what happens when the car things don't go right for a guy. He gets kind of bucky. Can you imagine being a mom and having 3 of them? Hug your loved ones tonight. I want to introduce the guys that are up here with me. This is my father, Brad. Lifelong friend, Chad, and employee. And my younger brother, Corey. I also want to thank all the competitors here. No matter what car it is, no matter what truck, no matter what bike, the passion that everyone here has for the automotive industry is what makes this possible. Because without all of you, there is no Grade 8, there is no Ridler. I also want to say something to all the young kids out there, because I've seen a lot of you come up here. I've seen some builds from high schools and colleges. Work hard, dream big, and anything's possible if you want to work hard. I just got a couple quick things. First off, I want to thank my parents for always allowing both me and my brother to chase dreams, and for them to always be supportive of our dreams, no matter which dream we're chasing at the time. Also, for when we fail or do something bad, or accidentally start your house on fire when I'm a kid doing mile cars in the basement, it's still sticking with me. So, mainly thank you to my parents, thank you to my brother, thank you to my own wife and kids. So, thank you.
Driving, baby, driving. Come on, guys. You won the Ridler. Come on, let's do it. All right. All right.
Hello, I'm Bradley Ranweiler.
And I'm Brady Ranweiler.
And I'm Corey Ranweiler, and we brought our 1963 impressive Chevy station wagon to the Detroit Autorama 2020.
First thing we'll go through is the motor. It's a cast iron 409, 100 over, swinging a 502 crank and rods, brings it to a 509 at roughly over 600 horsepower. There's 112 custom, one-of-a-kind pieces just attached to the motor. In a closer look at the engine, you're going to find the lack of any wires other than the plug wires. In front, in the radiator fans, the wires are actually contained in two of the fins and then travel forward going through the fan shroud. The valve cover itself is a three-piece setup. The bottom piece bolts on where a stock valve cover would have and carries all four valves or plug wires. Then the second piece carries bracketry that the top cover actually bolts onto, and they mount together on O-rings, and the bolts are hidden under the emblem across the top of the valve cover. The wagon started life as a four-door. As you can see, it now has two. There's a 3-inch chop in the roof. Our A pillar has been manipulated about 7 degrees, sliding the roof forward, setting a new B pillar, and totally recreating the sail panel area by hand and the back gate. The body lines on the side have been accentuated. The front end is unitized. There's no fender adjustment, top or bottom. It's all one piece across the cowl and the header panel. And the hood opens as you've seen under power. That is a CNC grill, one-of-a-kind bumper that we made to fit the car. And as you can see, there's no bracketry, no bolts for the bumper. They actually slide inside the frame. Here we have a view of the undercarriage from the front. As you can see, there's brake covers that we CNC'd in-house. They're a three-piece design, and there's no visual fasteners. Anywhere underneath the car where there needed to be a fastener, we either machined a one-off stainless bolt or a brass bolt in a place that we didn't need the strength and had those plated. All the recesses are in satin, and the highs on those bolts are polished. The windshield, this is a one-piece aluminum molding that we cut out of a solid flat sheet of aluminum and then hand bent it with different jigging. There's about 70 hours of bending to get it to fit the body. Right now we're going to talk about the door and a little bit about the interior. As you've seen, the door popped itself open. It does not have a mechanical popper. The tolerances around the door jamb are so tight that it's the pressure of the weather stripping popping the door out of place. As you can see when you go into the interior, it's based on a 1960 Chevrolet Dash, but everything is one of a kind. Our little eye dot that's in the fender and the threshold is also a speedometer needle. Both ends will light up, and the center's a chrome. The fine little details of the center of the eye dot are also in the little knobs. The pedals are custom. We actually cut rubber to slide through the outer housing of the rubber. Ben Hermance designed our interior. Wayne and Pam and M&M Hot Rod Interior did the interior work for us. As you can see, it's a 4-bucket setup. These seat shells came out of a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado. They're fastenerless, but they also have the complete stainless trim. They have been highly modified to actually fit in the vehicle, but they still look the part. So when we completed the roof modifications, pretty much from this point on back is all hand built. Okay, we really wanted to capture the look of what an Impala would have been, but yet carry it over into a wagon. This general arc is pretty much spot on to an Impala. As it wraps around, this gate is a one-piece construction, all steel, whole car is steel, and as you can see, it carries over the Impala look. This gas cap here is electric. It was actually machined on an old school Bridgeport mill, 2-axis, with a 3rd axis set up, and it actually has a camming system that basically looks like a long stretched out S, and it slides on linear bearings much like in a radial arm saw, and a pin follows that S. It brings it out about 2 inches, then S is up out of the way and about another 2 inches. When we machined that, we did it about 10 thousandths at a time.
So it clocks itself when it's out, and it clocks itself when it's in the mesh. the rest of the taillights.
Put it back in.
So put it back in.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally bump it and wreck it. The back gate will open under power. There's two actuators hidden in the sail panel, and we have very minimal bounce because there's counterweight built into the gate. So on the belly pan on the rear of the car, we have a couple of our eye dots again that are also found in the fenders and in the interior. And they actually function as latches to drop the belly pan. I'll quick depress them and we'll drop the pan. As you can see, under the pan is as detailed as anywhere. We have our Power Master power switch shut off. This here is where we have an onboard battery charger. You can actually plug an extension cord into it. These are just normal jumper ports. Manual door levers. And as you can see, fasteners just like up front where the fasteners needed with the satin and the chrome.
This car is a creation of just a family-built project between my brother, myself, and my father. So we built it and we owned this car.
Years ago when we were young boys, a car like this was definitely a dream of my father's. It's been an honor and a privilege to get to do it together and be lucky enough to be a grade 8 contender this year at the 2020 Autorama.
And after this show, we're just going to enjoy the car, run around and show it off, and enjoy what we've created together.